Hello everyone, it's Whitner and I'm talking about Miram Ali again. We're still trying to get her family out of watermelon territory. I've got exciting news. You see at my shoulder that we received our first donation since the end of November. That's really exciting for obvious reasons. This family has desperately needed the help. And like I said, it's been a while. This is the beginning of February, so they went several months. But we've gotten our first donation. It was $5, and we're very, very grateful and excited to see it. And obviously hoping for more, but still it's just good to get this campaign kick-started again. So that's really good. I've talked to Miram in the past couple days, and there's an update on her family's plan for their immediate future. Right now, they're still in the north where they returned to. That's where they're originally from. They were displaced several times, like pretty much everyone in watermelon territory. And they ultimately wound up in Deir al-Balah, which is like more central Gaza. And then when the ceasefire started, they went back up north to assess the damage to their home, see if they could live in it, maybe get away from having to pay rent on a place where they were staying in Deir al-Balah. They unfortunately got back and found that their home was in such catastrophic states that they weren't going to be able to occupy it. Even if they cleaned it up, it was just going to be too dangerous for human habitation. So they did have to pay rent on another place again. And an uncle to Miram was able to pay half of it, and the family paid the other half. Now, since then, there's been some news about kind of how the first phase of the ceasefire that we're currently under is proceeding, and some not so great signs for what we can expect as far as the second and third phases. It's looking like they either might not happen at all, or they won't be as, good as what we would hope for the families we're supporting. So there now are apparently what look like American contractors, basically former military who are now contractors, who are occupying the checkpoint between North and South in watermelon territory. And should the ceasefire stop after phase one, they will most likely be supporting Is Not Real's claims to the north part of Gaza. In the event that they do, I am very concerned that the G side would restart, and they would basically do the same thing to the north with all of the people who have returned that they did to the north originally with all of the people who were trapped there before the ceasefire started. In that event, there would be a lot more unaliving and loss and, just destruction and not great things all around. In that event, Miram's family is now in the north. So that's very, very dangerous and very, very nerve-wracking. Obviously, I've spoken with Miram about this. I've let her know some of the things that I've seen in media, just, suggesting that it might not be the best place to be in watermelon territory should the conflict restart. And she's agreed. And she's passed along the message to her family. They're going now to, in light of recent events, to try and return to the south when they can. She has 4 relatives who are unable to walk, so they would not be able to walk back south. They would have to take a car. It's going to be, at this point, around 2 weeks before people are allowed back to the south in cars, through the checkpoint, that kind of thing. So that would be her mother, father, grandmother, and uncle. They will have to wait at least 2 weeks to go back by car. Her other family members that are a little bit younger, they could go on foot, but then that's splitting the family, potentially leaving the most vulnerable members in the north by themselves. Obviously, that would be a very heart-rending decision, and right now there's just not a lot of reason to do that. So that's not happening right this minute, but I will keep you guys updated on what the family decides to do. For now, they're staying in the north, but if and when things pop off again, hopefully they will be back in the south, where they at least won't be in quite as much danger. There is no safe place in watermelon territory, but maybe it won't be as guaranteed that they won't make it through. So anyway, that's the update. I appreciate all your support, everybody who watched this far. And if you can support Miram, it would be much appreciated. She is, as always, the first link in my tree of links. So I will see you all later.